You're so much welcome on to Better and TV. This is the Nutrition Spot, and today it is a Thursday. Every single Thursday we do nutrition, and we want to remind you that it's very key for you to mind what you eat. And as you are minding what you really think, the kind of thoughts that are going through your mind, it's very important also to mind what you put into your stomach, because you are as good as your mind and you are as good as what you eat. So I welcome you once again. Thank you so much for choosing Better and TV and for choosing to watch the Nutrition Spot. This is February and it is a month of love. So make sure you love someone and love them right. Don't just, love and love and love, but be very intentional. And you can love and this person might not feel the love. So as you're loving them, make sure they're feeling the love. So we love you as Better and TV and as the Nutrition Spot, and the fact that we really love you so much, we want to remind you that it's very key to supplement your diet. So tonight on the show, we're going to talk about the nutritional supplementation and why is it important for us to use supplements. As a matter of fact, I have a specialist in the studio. I'm not going to do this by myself, but I'm honored to have Peter Mugambe, a nutritionist. So I want to welcome him. Peter is so much welcome. Yes. And I know my viewers are super excited. I think this year we're being very, very intentional, and we want to learn how we can complement our diets and be healthy. So you're welcome for me, the viewers.
Wow, thank you very much, dear viewers. First of all, I would like to say Happy New Year. I welcome you back from the holidays. Year is already running, and I'm very excited to be here today. And I hope that as we interact, we shall be able to know more about nutritional supplementation.
Thank you so much for coming through. And to our dear viewers, if you want to be part of the show, I want to believe that there are people out there ngolia gamba wabula nayagala dda okumanya ezo supplements zikola zitya oba ze zifaanana zitya oba nzijjawa biki ebyo byonna. So a number egenda kuba ng'eyita ku screen. That number will be running over the screen, but you can note it down and prepare your questions. You can send them on WhatsApp or you can wait to call in. We shall be able to receive you in the studio. The number is going to be 078 and 762. You can use that number to send us a message. We shall be able to respond to you. So like I said, today we're going to look at the nutritional supplementation and the role of us supplementing our diet. I would say that for any other person, before you take in a supplement, it's important to know why is it important, what are some of the potential risks, and how can you take it safely? Because as like we take other medicines and then we're given the precautions that do not do this and this and that, maybe take it with this and that. Is it the same thing with the supplements? Okay, with a nutritionist in the studio, we're going to explore all those details. So for starters, let's get to understand the nutrients. What are nutrients? Because there are people out there that are joining us for the very, very first time. So Peter, we want to understand the nutrients, then you can go to the nutritional supplements.
Okay, I think that is a very fair question because by title, I'm a nutritionist and I'm a dietitian. So we have to really understand, if you're talking about these supplements, what are they? And specifically, we are talking about nutritional supplements. So when we talk about nutrients, we are talking about the substances in the food that the body requires for its normal functioning. And usually, we have broken down these nutrients into, I think, about 5 categories, where we have the carbohydrates, we have the proteins, we have the vitamins, we have the minerals, we have also, these days, water is included as a nutrient. So it is very important for us to know the kind of things that we are dealing with, and it is from these nutrients that we get the supplements.
Why are we having water added onto
the
nutrients?
The reason why water is really an important factor to the nutrients is because you cannot really talk about nutrition or food without water, because everything that has been made as food at least should have a content of water for us to be able to digest it and have what we call the nutrition.
Thank you so much. I think for the viewers that are watching us for the very first time, our first show was on hydration. Why is it important to keep rehydrating? So if you missed it out, you can go onto our website, that is www.bethanTV.ug, or you can visit our YouTube channel as Bethan TV Uganda. You can be able to watch the show on why is it important for you to take as much water as possible. Back to you, Peter.
Yes.
So the nutritional supplements then.
So the nutritional supplements, now when we are talking about the nutritional supplements, this is now, we have gone a little bit further to explain that it is supplementing. If you look at the word supplementing, it means that you're complementing, you're adding on to the nutrition. As professional dietitians, the basic way that we approach nutrition or our action plans, our care process and assessment and all those things that we do is that we usually recommend dietary intake. So the normal food that you have is usually what we use. But as we have been advancing in nutrition and research, we have seen that there is a growing interest in supplement. That means that we are having food, yes, but the food that we have may not be able to meet the dietary requirements, or what we call the recommended dietary intake for an individual. And this can actually happen in situations where there is a ready supply of nutritious food, or even in a country where the food is there, everything is there, you have the money, you have everything, but you find that your body still has an extra need. So that is where supplementation comes in. So since it is supplementation, supplementation is not aimed at replacing your diet or your lifestyle, but it is in addition to what you have. And it is done so that you can reach the agreed nutritional status, over status say ey'omubiri eya bulijjo, then supplementation n'ogikomyawo. Oba tukitegedde, so terina kubeera lifelong.
Okay, so buli muntu alina status gy'alina okutuukako
eri nnomo ku ye
ng'omuntu
ssekinomu. Yes.
Okay. So if someone is supplementing, it has to be individual based.
Yes. So supplementation, that is why it is really very important to approach nutritional supplementation with the mindset of reaching out through your health practitioner, your dietitian, or your nutritionist, so that they can guide you according to your dietary requirements, according to your needs as an individual, your dietary goals, and even the medication that you're using. Because there are people who are on medication or they are having chronic illnesses and they need supplementation. That means that you will require a dietitian to help you on your road of supplementation.
So, well, if you say that many of us, also many people take these supplements to ensure that their daily consumption of particular nutrients is increased, do you think, as a nutritionist, do you think as a country or even globally, are we doing that?
Well, if you look at the global perspective, for example, in the United States, you will see that almost 50% of the people at least are using one supplement. And then more than that, maybe less than that.
Like each one of them is having a supplement.
Yes, most of the people actually these days are having a supplement. And you may be having one even unknowingly. So it is a very important topic because you have to understand which are these supplements, because you may be using a supplement, but you do not know that it's a supplement. You could also find that they gave you something to use. You know, there are very many of us, we go to the doctors and they prescribe for you and you don't even know what you're taking, but you're taking it. So it is usually important to have an understanding of what you're using. Now, when you come to Uganda, there are, if you know maternal, infant and young child feeding, for us nutritionists, or the people in the health sector, you will find that there is supplementation at different stages of life. For the mother, for the child, usually those ones who are less than, below 5 years, and also the women of childbearing age. For example, my colleague here, Gift, she's a woman of childbearing age, so she's receiving maybe supplementation in preparation of her pregnancy and her children. So you find that in the countries, supplements are being used and they are widely being used, and I don't know whether people really have the full understanding of the implication of supplementation.
Okay, now if you say that you are wondering whether we have the full understanding of the implication of the supplements, I believe we are having this topic of discussion, the nutritional supplementation, and why is it important? Just because we want to be able to improve our overall health and also our well-being. So we want to really understand what are supplements, because if the nutritionist is saying that some of us are taking these supplements, but we do not know that we are taking them. So what are supplements? What are some of the examples?
Okay.
And yes.
So when we are talking about supplements, we are basically talking about those products or substances, except tobacco, that are used in addition to food, to the daily food that a person takes, so that they can increase on their total dietary intake. Now the supplements come in different forms. They could be in form of pills, they could be in form of tablets, they could be capsules, they could be in form of
a syrup,
syrup, something like that,
powder,
powders. So they could come in a variety of forms. So usually people think supplements are usually just capsules or what. Yes, but they come in different shades and colors. And also these supplements are different types. For example, we have the vitamins. If you have gone to the hospital, maybe you had a baby who was sick, you have seen that they have given them what we call MVM, the multi-vitamin and mineral supplement. That one, which is usually given to children who have been having challenges in their digestion or what. So there are those MVMs, which are vitamins and minerals, but also for people who are doing sports, they are what we call those supplements for sports, like creatine, and then
people who are doing sports.
Yes.
So we have particular supplements for the specific age groups and then groups of people.
Yes.
Okay.
So you will find that there are different kinds of supplements for people who are doing sports, so that they can. There are those sports where you have to put on a certain weight, you have to have a certain physique, or you have to be in a certain lean body mass. There are people also. Actually, the biggest number of people who use supplements are people who want to lose weight. Let's talk about that. So you'll find that there are supplements that are used for
weight loss.
Weight loss. For example, the common ones, of course, CLA, the conjugated linoleic acid. That one is used. But when I'm saying this, please don't just go and you pick a supplement.
Start running into pharmacies.
Don't just run like that. It is usually, that's why I began by saying that you have to approach it from the perspective of your nutritional advisor or a dietitian.
So someone has to first take a thorough assessment.
Yes, because you do not know whether you need to gain weight or lose weight.
And actually, many of us do not know our BMIs. Okay.
So, because if you study, for example, there's what we call anorexia nervosa, where a person has a false image about themselves. You believe you're fat, but when people actually look at you, you're not fat.
Very tiny.
You're actually tiny. Or, so it causes those kinds of things. So you usually have to look out for a professional to guide you. But in addition to those ones, there are also supplements in the different physiological conditions. For example, pregnant women. If you have been pregnant, you know that when you go to the hospital, they usually give you folic acid or folate. That is B9, and they can also give you iron. Usually, you know, when those women are craving, they want to eat soil. Usually the body is indicative that there is a deficiency. So supplements come in when there is
an indicator of a
that
deficiency.
There is a deficiency of iron. And then when you go to the hospital, they'll give you
so it's not just because the child is demanding.
No, not only just because the increased needs. Omubiri guba gwetaaga ebirungo ebisuseewo ng'emmere gy'olya tesobola kudiringa n'ebyo. Oba olina okukola kye tuyita supplementation. So mu supplementation eyo omubiri ne guba nga gusobola okufuna kye gwetaaga ne gulekera okubanja.
Okay, so I want us to go back to the bit of the specific groups. Oyogedde ku bantu nga abaddusi.
Yes, abaddusi.
Which are the categories of
there
people?
Are also pregnant women,
okay.
the elderly, abakadde. Omanyi omuntu bw'akaddiwa omubiri guba tegukyasobola ku absorbinga bulungi. Olubuto lwa tekyakola nga bwe yali ng'akyali muto, so aba yeetaaga okwongerako okwo okulaba ng'omubiri gwe gukyasobola supportinga metabolism eyo.
So kitegeeza nti emmere gy'alya eba tesobola kugibwamu ezo nutrients.
Ezimu kati okugeza nga calcium ne vitamin D. So omuntu bw'aba akaddiye ebiseera ebimu aba yeetaaga okusupplementinga ne calcium ne vitamin D. Kimuyambeko amagumba gasigale nga gakyalimalamu bulungi, omugongo gukola bulungi. Yeah, so those specific groups, but also there are other conditions. For example, if a person is having, let's say, diabetes, which is a common condition, most of the population in Uganda who are above 40, 50 years are dealing with diabetes. But whenever someone is dealing with diabetes, the common route that we deal with diabetes is metformin, that drug called metformin.
Yeah.
But people who are taking metformin has an interactive reaction with B12, vitamin B12. So there is an increased need for the intake of vitamin B12 because of the metformin. Oh. So you will see that in certain medical conditions, the person will have a higher need
for more nutrients,
for that particular nutrient which is being counter-interacted by the drug that they are on.
So if you said, because now we are looking at people that are having different conditions,
yes.
Let's look out for the chronic conditions. Maybe someone is having HIV, someone is having TB, or someone is having hypertension, like those conditions. Should you say that they this person has to, maybe from the hospital, be attached to a nutritionist to know the kinds of drugs they are taking and their drug interactions?
Because drugs, if you understand the concept of nutrient-drug interaction and the concept of nutrient-nutrient interaction, you'll find that there are very many drugs that have a counterbalancing effect on nutrients. And there will be a need for you to take an increased amount of that nutrient so that you can meet your daily requirement for that nutrient. So it is very important that when, let's say, you have a chronic condition, especially people who are dealing with HIV, people who are dealing with tuberculosis, there is a need, especially actually now, like for tuberculosis, there is a need that you contact a dietitian or a nutritionist so that you can access vitamin D, vitamin B12, which is really very important.
Is it because those conditions deplete the body system?
No, it is not the conditions themselves, but the drugs, the treatment that they are using. Yes, and that is also a point of concern, because sometimes you could have this drug, you're having this supplement, or someone could actually go and pick a bunch of supplements because they told them this one can help you reduce weight, this one can help you sleep, this one can help you with asthma or other things, and then someone combines all those things and then they make a concoction which is toxic to the body. So it is usually very important that you consult with a registered nutritionist.
Maybe to ask about that, should we say, because now in Uganda, I'm looking out for Ugandans. In Uganda, we have a system of people just going to the pharmacies. We do like over the counter or in a pharmacy.
Self-medication.
Self-medication. So we are discouraging it in the other treatments, but I think if we come to supplementation, some people can still walk into the pharmacies and do over the counter. Do you think it's advised? And if it's not, what are the right channels are we supposed to go to? And also to the people that are in pharmacies, are they, because there are certain drugs that you need first have a prescription, a proper prescription that is maybe with a headed paper or a stamp or something to access a particular drug. Do you think it would be the right approach for us to use?
So unfortunately, for most of the people that are dealing in the pharmaceutical business, most of them are not really careful about this, and they may look for the money. But the biggest recommendation that we make in the health sector is that always let there be a diagnosis, first of all. From the diagnosis, then we can have a prescription. That prescription is what we are going to use to treat the person, because yes, we may sell this person the drug or the supplement. Now, for example, the fat-soluble vitamins, which are not, they cannot be washed out of the body. They are not like these water-soluble vitamins. If the person takes them wrongly, they become toxic in their system, and they can bring about other things. So it is recommended that please seek out for a health practitioner, a professional who is certified, who will give you the prescription after an assessment, because the supplements that we give as dietitians and nutritionists is done after we have assessed you, and then we have put you on a nutrition care plan, and then we give you that supplement to supplement the diet that we have recommended for you. Because even for these conditions, you will find that they have their own kind of diets. So if a person is having this kind of condition, they will need a specific diet and a specific supplement.
Wow. Thank you so much. At this point of time, we're just going to get into a break. We are Bethany TV, and this is the nutrition spot for you. We're getting into a break. We're coming back.
Bethany TV for health. Are you ready for this good news? You can now watch Bethany TV on Your TV, AfroMobile, and Airtel TV apps. Yes! Catch the finest programming prescription for everybody, wherever you are, whenever you are. Bethany TV for health. Exciting news for all viewers of Bethany TV. Bethany TV, the premier health TV channel in Uganda and Africa, and also your favorite TV station, is now on Star Times. You can now watch Bethany TV day and night, weekdays and weekends on Star Times, channel 271. Catch your favorite programs on health, wellness, entertainment, and so much more. Bethany TV is also available on free-to-air, GoTV, YoTV, Airtel TV, and AfroMobile apps. Not forgetting online via our website www.bethanytv.ug and social media platforms at Bethany TV UG. Bethany TV.
Why do we get sick?
That lack of knowledge it's a very, very big problem.
What can we do to avoid becoming sick?
From hospital and you're fine, you don't disappear. Come back after 6 days. We do an assessment. How is your blood pressure? How are you doing? How are you coping up with motherhood?
Here's an opportunity to learn about some of the common illnesses and how to avoid them.
So obera mu gym, don't overuse your knee joint.
Buli muntu yenna ayina obulwadde obwo obwa diabetes, obwa pressure, yetaaga eye check-up.
Get all your health questions answered by a health expert.
Only on the new series of Health and Wellness. Every Saturday, 8 p.m. live on Bethany TV with your host, Dorothy Ainembabazi. Showing on Bethany TV. Have you gone through a dire health situation where people imagined you could never come back from? Or do you know of any person who overcame a life-draining situation? Inspirational stories, motivational journeys, predicament after predicament. Winnie Babazi dives deep into their roller coaster experiences. But more Bethany TV for health.
so much for welcome to Bethany TV. You are watching the Nutrition Spot. My name is Gift Nakainga. If you want to be a part of the show, we are using 0786050776 to use that number on WhatsApp, or you can call in and ask. We have an expert in the studio about nutritional supplements and why are they important to our bodies. Well, before we went into a break, we were looking at why you shouldn't go to the pharmacies or over the counter and just buy supplements and all that. Chirungi nnyo kusooka ne weebuuza ku musawo then akulagirira ekyokola ekituufu. So now there is this we call it there are some people that we call vegetarians.
Yes,
vegans. Those that are on is it what keto
diets.
Keto diets. I want to believe that those people are missing out on a number of nutrients.
Yes, actually, that is very true. Yeah.
How do they compensate? Because there is someone that is on that kind of diet, but they are not even supplementing.
Yes, so it is really very important. That is why I said that usually when a person is having a condition, they will have to supplement in a certain way. They will have a special diet. So special diets require supplementation. It doesn't matter which kind of diet, because there are diets for, let's say, people who have gone for surgeries, post-surgery, people who have had burns, people who have had, all kinds of things. They really need a different kind of supplementation. Let's talk about, let's say, vegetarian. In the vegetarian situation, there are some nutrients that can only be got from animal sources. Now, if a person decides that for the rest of their life they are not going to eat animal source foods, it means that they are going to suffer loss. So there is going to be a deficiency. And the biggest one, which is really calamatic, is the vitamin B12. The vitamin B12 is only found in animal products.
So if someone is a vegetarian, they
will not have it. So they will have to supplement it because it's found in meats, in liver, milk products, and eggs. So a person who's a strict vegetarian will not have that kind of access to that nutrient.
The vitamin.
And then they will have to supplement. And then apart from that, there are also nutrients that are hard to be absorbed from plant sources. Yeah. For example, the iron. Iron that is in the plant sources is really hard, so you have to get maybe a supplement, because you may find that you're not meeting the
dietary requirements to bridge that gap.
So usually when there is a deficiency, a person is on a special diet, there is going to be a deficiency, and that deficiency has to be supplemented. And that is our work as nutritionists and dietitians. So you should encourage you to reach out to, there are a number of us here, so you can receive the appropriate help.
Okay, thank you so much. And I think someone out there is wondering why still you've not told us why we need to supplement. Besides, you've talked about us relieving the symptoms of maybe probably a diagnosed condition or preventing a health problem. Like we've talked about people that are having diabetes, maybe preventing the other complications, and also looking at us getting other health benefits. We want to dig deeper into those benefits, and we want to see, why would I wake up one morning and say I want a supplement? Because, I wanted to say that there are people that are struggling with sleep, and I'm like, okay, maybe they also need that supplement. To you,
yes, actually, if I'm to begin from there, in the language of supplements, there are two kinds. There are those ones that are nutrient supplements, and then there are those ones that are botanical supplements, but they are all categorized under nutritional supplements. But for the botanical ones, that is where we have things like ginseng, ginkgo, those ones which are used to help people with sleep, cognitive challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, so someone says, oh, the
memory, the attention,
supplements. So those ones are there. But usually, I recommend that you contact us. Also, yes.
But maybe let me ask us. We're going to contact. And I ask each one of you,
Yes.
Dr. Pili, I ask each one of you who's watching to contact the nutritionist. And I want to appreciate the government. They are taking the initiative at least to attach to each health center a nutritionist. And I also want to urge the private practitioners, people that are into the private setting, to also attach nutritionists to your facilities. So anyway, greetings to all the Basao from Beth and Women and Family Hospital. Dr. Pili, I send you my greetings. So back to the point of
why the supplements.
Yes.
So there are a number of reasons why we are doing these supplements, and apart from just the different medical conditions, supplements can help us in attaining normal health. A person, you are not really sick, you don't have any condition that is wrong, but you want to attain a certain health status. And also you may want to achieve a certain goal. You know, in this life, you are allowed the liberty to decide how your life will be. And one of the things that people use to get to their goals is to use nutritional supplements. For example, there are people who want to look a certain way. You want to gain some weight, you want to reduce some weight, you want to help your children. So it can be that you can decide to just adopt it as a way of improving your life. For example, the multivitamin mineral mix, which is usually bought for people who just want to they want to make sure that they are meeting their dietary needs. But going further, the nutritional supplements, I want this to be a professional statement. They are not meant to replace your food, your food at all. Because
like someone is saying, I'm taking the supplement, so it's okay for me then to skip the meals.
No, it is wrong. Because it is a supplement. So you cannot replace your food or your diet or lifestyle because you're having a supplement. And supplements have to be looked at from the perspective of medication. I know some of them have a good taste, some of them may look very appealing, but they should not be considered as mere food. So
we should look at them from the perspective of medication. If you say medication, because in other medicines that we are taking, we look at the dosage. Yeah, that maybe I'm taking one per day or twice like that. Should we say that we also have a dosage and a duration?
Nutritional supplements have a dosage. They have a prescribed dosage and they have a prescribed time between those dosages. So every time you are having the supplement, there is a specified time. For example, if you're having your child and you're taking them for, let's say, vitamin A, they'll tell you it is every 4 or 6 months. So the child will come, they get this month, and then after 4 months they get. It is not something that you're going to do without direction. It is really very important that you have the direction on how to use the supplements. But they are very important in our day-to-day life.
Thank you so much. And maybe I started asking about sleep.
Yes.
I know there are so many of us that really are struggling with sleep, and then you're thinking, should I take some pills for sleep? Should I this and this and that? And maybe I've tried this kind of environment. I've tried to be stress-free, but still my sleep is not really, coming out well. So could supplements really help in inducing sleep?
Well, the studies that have been done so far, there are supplements, most of the supplements that we really have, most of them have not really gone for that kind of
effect
research, which is prospective, so that we can understand that maybe the mechanisms or what. But the supplements are there that can actually induce sleep in individuals. But as you know, nutrition in itself does not work apart from other things. Nutrition works in conjunction with very many other things. Let's say the lifestyle, we have people who are doing psychiatry, we have people who are doing, so it is in addition to all these evidence-based methods, then we can add in the supplements that have been said to induce the sleep, the required sleep in people, because there are people who are really struggling with sleep. So they are there, but we really need more research. We really need to understand more of the mechanisms of how they are making this happen.
So research is still ongoing.
Yes, because one of the things that we really look at in nutritional supplements is the active ingredient. This is one of the reasons why I don't really, I'm not really for herbal medicine, because herbal medicine usually is a concoction. And you don't know the active ingredient. And we do not know the active ingredient that is there. And usually, for us who are dietitians, we are evidence-based and we are research-based. And it is very important for you to get your knowledge that is from an evidence source and a research-based source. So that is a very important aspect to that.
Thank you so much. And I think now we've talked about the sleep, but I want also to ask about the you've talked about the elderly, and you've talked about how they have issues with their bones, and what would be some of the supplements someone should look out for to supplement or to work on the issue of the bone?
Now, beginning with our diet, that is, we have diets that are specified for the elderly. Now, in addition to that diet for the elderly, we can introduce if there is a need, a higher need, then we can introduce things like vitamin D, which is very important for bone health, and calcium, because conditions that bring about malabsorption can actually affect or influence the results of the nutrition status of an individual. Even apart from the elderly themselves, there are conditions like Crohn's disease, celiac disease. Those ones that have they cause complications in the way the body can take up the nutrients from the food. So it means that in that situation of uptake, because there is not adequate uptake of nutrients, there is going to be a higher need of nutrients. So even in addition to the vitamin D and the calcium, you will find that we shall need even other things, and you will find that they also need. That's why we really recommend the diet, because the diet, since it is complex, it has other things that can facilitate it, like the vitamin C, which facilitates the uptake of these vitamins. So they have to work hand in hand, but for the elderly, that can really come in handy. For people who are having malabsorption, the MVM can work for them really well. Yes.
Thank you so much. To those that would want to be a part of our discussion, like you want to ask a question or you want to supplement or add on anything, the number is running over the screen. That is 0786050 and then 762. Kindly call us or send a message. Now, you talked about the people that are preparing for pregnancy and those that are pregnant. And, well, we well know we're supposed to take the folic and all those things. Why? Why is it important? Because I've seen people that struggle to take to go in for antenatal, and then they're like, no, I thought maybe I start after like 3 months or 6 months. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes, now for people who are preparing to get pregnant, or even if you're not even preparing to get pregnant, but you will get pregnant eventually, we really recommend, like the way I started talking about the women of childbearing age. If you know that you are in that age category, in Uganda I think it is from around 15 years, you're in that childbearing category, we want you to start taking folic acid, and there are prescriptions of the amounts of how much you should take. The reason why we are doing this, and even for the pregnant women, even after pregnancy, is that we want to prevent some of the complications that can be prevented by taking the vitamins and the minerals. One of them that is really a challenge here in Uganda, these congenital issues. The there's one called the
tube defects.
Yes, neurotube defects, which
the
spina bifida, if you have heard of spina bifida, the CP, all those things could actually be prevented before you conceive the child. That is why nutrition is a life approach kind of thing. So we do not only
let's
look.
Get this caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you are watching Bethan TV, and this is the Nutrition Spot. We're looking at nutritional supplement.
Hello.
Hello.
I was asking a question.
Yes, please.
I'm called Brighton.
Yes, Brighton.
I'm from Deje.
Okay.
Now, if you got operated and you have other disease and you are operated of it, so how can you be helped with the food without getting other complications?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Brighton. Greetings to everyone from Deje. Let me have our expert, Mugabe Peter, to respond to you.
So usually there are different kinds of operations. The only challenge is that we didn't get to know which operation, because the operation and the area where they have done the operation really determines. But if it is an operation that is affecting the GIT, then there are certain things that we have to make sure that the person is receiving. And usually there are therapeutic feeds that we use that have these nutrients there. Remember when we talked about the nutrients, we talked about the proteins. So supplements are not only the vitamins and minerals, but they include the proteins as well. And also there are those ones that are carbohydrate for sports nutrition. But it depends on the kind of surgery and the reason why you got the surgery, that the condition behind the surgery, that we get down to those details, and then we can give you a prescription of the supplement that you need. So for a recommendation, I recommend that he reaches out to one of us, one of the nutritionists. Uganda has really tried, the government has tried to put nutritionists in the regional referrals. At least they are there. So you can get some help from our brothers and colleagues who are doing that work that side. Yes.
So maybe if I may ask from, I think we've seen many people after surgeries, they end up maybe having, some of them have issues with their bowel movements. Maybe they end up having constipation and all that. Do we have supplements that can really help? Because all the time you've been emphasizing that each one of us should always add a fruit or the vegetables on their meals. But if someone cannot, they cannot, but they have gotten issues with their bowel movements.
So usually there are supplements that we give and they can help with bowel movements. Those ones that are rich in fiber. Usually they are dissolved. You can put them in water and you dissolve them and you drink, so that they aid with your bowel movement. But also this has to be done with caution, because if you induce so much of bowel movement, then you will end up to be malnourished, because it does not only take that.
I'm going to pick it from there. Let me first pick this caller. Hello. Hello. Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm okay. This is Alex. I'm from Colorado.
Yes, Alex.
I have a question. It is personal. I don't know whether I've just tuned on to Bethany.
Yes, Alex.
I don't know whether we are dealing in specific, like maybe pregnant women or it is general.
We are looking at nutritional supplementation, so it can be either in pregnant women, it can be in any person.
Okay. So on my case, I have a problem.
Yes, Alex.
Is that whenever I eat like a silverfish mukene, and then oranges, I feel some sores on the tongue.
Okay.
So what could be what help could that one? How can I be helped? Or what supplements should I take to avoid all those sores?
So it usually happens when you've taken silverfish and also oranges. Is it
Yes.
oranges? Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much, Alex. Greetings to everyone that is watching Bethan TV from Munyonyi, from Korolo. Make it a point to always watch the Nutrition Spot every single Thursday and Bethan TV all the time. Our nutritionist is going to get back to you.
Yes, for conditions like that, we really need to know what is causing it. It could be an allergy, it could be a reaction, maybe to the acid that he said.
The oranges.
The oranges, but I'm not seeing really a connection with the silverfish, but it could be allergy, probably. But after an assessment, I'm emphasizing the word assessment, a nutritional assessment.
But okay, let's break it down.
Yes.
Nutrition assessment, because now I think assessment is so much into the medical. Just break it down for my viewers.
To understand what nutrition assessment
is. Yes, the
is.
assessment.
Okay, so when you meet with the dietitian or nutritionist, they will sit with you and they will do what we call a dietary assessment. We look back in your history and then we understand the kinds of foods that you have been eating, how you have been reacting with them, what are the challenges that you have been having, what is your medical history, what other diagnoses have you had, and then we could actually do anthropometric assessments. Then we can use your lab tests for blood tests and urine samples and what, so that we know what are those deficiencies in your blood, in your urine, in the things that are in your body. So that is what constitutes our assessment, so that we come up with a nutritional diagnosis that we can be able to use to direct on what you're going to use as a supplement.
Okay.
Yes. So my brother can go for an assessment first of all to know whether he has a deficiency for any nutrient, because missing out on one kind of food does not mean that you have missed out on all the food groups that can provide that nutrient
from that particular
food. Because you may not eat those ones, but you could eat other things that could meet up with your recommended daily allowance. So it is important that after you have understood that and you have gotten an assessment, then we can give you a recommendation of the exact nutrients that you desire.
Okay, thank you so much, and we want to appreciate you, our dear viewers. And I don't know whether there is anyone out there who still has a question, but feel free to call just in about a few minutes before we end the show, or you can just send us a message. But like we encourage you here on Bethan TV, we want you to improve your health-seeking behavior. I think for us so long, we've always been doing what we call a self-diagnosis. Otule waka. Newegamba kati mpulira bwenti ne bweti mpulira omutwe mpulira kino kakirabikwa olubuto olunuma kakyeka bwebu n'obulwadde. No. These doctors, all the medics that we have went to school to help us. So let us utilize them, and sometimes it's never about the money. It's never about the money. So just make time off and go and consult a professional, not on WhatsApp. Don't stop on WhatsApp and asking.
Google.
Yeah.
People like Google a lot.
We've had, there's something I watched, and this doctor was, someone was asking about the treatment that they wanted, and then the doctor was bitter and was like, first we do medicine for over 5 years, and for you want to do it in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes on ChatGPT. Really? AI.
So it's very, very unprofessional, and you are doing a disservice to yourself, to your community, and to your country. So I want to encourage you. I don't know how many words I can use. It's very important for you to care for your health, for your body, because it's the only place you have to live in for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's the only place. It's unfortunate, and it's so sad. Today I've seen a very sad story, and this guy was driving a bus. Is it from Kasese? And then immediately, like, he parked. After he parked on the side of the road, he died there and then.
Without anything?
Without, like, nothing.
Wow.
So that means that this person has been getting,
Yes, things have been piling
and piling.
And
so we encourage you to go to the hospital. Look out for the professionals.
Yes.
We shall attach you to a specialist. So Peter, we want to wind up the show. So just in less than a minute, just give us your take-home message to the viewers.
First of all, I would like to thank Bethany TV for the great work that you're doing in health and nutrition, and I also like to thank my colleagues at Ministry of Health. They are really doing a lot, especially the nutrition division. Everyone there, I really appreciate your work, and our colleagues in academia, especially in Chambogo University. I really thank you a lot, and thank you a lot. I would like to say these words, that it is very important to take care of your body, because your body, apart from being a house of the Holy Spirit, and
the temple of the Holy Spirit,
Spirit, it is also your body. You have to take care of your body. The Bible says that if a man does not take care of his wife, he does not take care of his body. So it is very important that you take care of your body, even as Jesus Christ takes care of his body, the wife. Amen.
Hey, no, Pastor. But we appreciate you so much as Bethany TV. We are here all the time, every single day, every now and then, just reminding you to mind your health as you work so hard to maintain that business, as you work so hard to maintain that relationship. So work so hard to take good care of your body. Till next Thursday, my name is Giftina Kainga. We've honored to have our guest nutritionist as Peter Mugambe. My greetings to the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center and all to the lovely viewers of the Nutrition Spot. Have a good night.
Bethany TV, for health. Exciting news for all viewers of Bethany TV. Bethany TV, the premier health TV channel in Uganda and Africa, and also